Hello, fellow fragrance lovers, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are spicing things up with some spicy fall fragrances. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I've already made several fall related videos, and I don't know. Fall is my favorite time of year, so I just can't help myself. And I have so many fall appropriate perfumes, so I've done several, and I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep riding that fall fragrance train because why not? So today I have 10 spicy fragrances that are perfect for fall. I'm a big fan of spicy fragrances. I always have been a fan of spicy fragrances. So I'm very excited to show you what I've got here. And of course, if you have not subscribed to my channel already, I would really appreciate it if you did so. And of course, press the thumbs up if you like this video. It definitely helps my channel. I'm chugging along. I am like almost to 400 subscribers, which is good, but I want to keep going. I want to keep making great content for you. I really appreciate those of you who have already joined me on this YouTube fragrance journey. It's been really exciting, and it's been awesome to, talk with you guys and meet, new frag heads out there. It's just a good time. So, now, one thing I have to give my disclaimer here. One thing I was about was, but I'm the type of person that obsesses about these things. So I have wanted to make this spicy fragrance video for a few weeks now. And then one of my favorite fragrance YouTubers, Erin Nicole TV, she just put one out. I think it was yesterday. And I was like, for some reason, I'm afraid that people are going to think that I'm copying. I don't know. I'm an English teacher and I have this whole thing with plagiarism and copying, but it's so hard in the YouTube world to be original and not to do a topic that anyone else has. It's really difficult. So just FYI, I'm not trying to steal Erin Nicole's thunder. I love her, by the way. If you have not seen her channel, Erin Nicole TV, she's great. She's absolutely stunning. So yeah, I have one fragrance, I believe only one, that was on her list, but everything else is different. A couple of these I've talked about before, and a couple of them were featured in my other fall videos, but I also have some here that I don't think I've ever talked about on my channel. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna shut up with the intro stuff now and just get to the fragrances. I don't want to be too long-winded. So, oh, by the way, to fit with the theme, I am wearing, if anyone wants to know, if anyone cares, I am wearing MAC Chili lipstick because I figured chili, spicy, that works, right? So, okay, I'm going to start off with the one fragrance that was on Erin Nicole's spicy list, and I'm sure it would be on many other people's spicy fragrance list, and that is the invite only Amber 23 fragrance from Kayali. Got this a while ago. Love that gold. Very pretty. And this is just super spicy. If you like spicy fragrances, you would probably like this. So the notes on here, there's a lot of notes. The top notes are sour cherry, tobacco leaf, honey, chocolate, and hazelnut. Middle notes are Ceylon cinnamon, May rose, damask rose, and citrus leaf. Base notes are amber, agarwood, meaning oud, vanilla, cypriol oil, benzoin, patchouli, sandalwood, and musk. So this is, a little bit sweet, but not super sweet, but very, very warm, spicy, very unisex. I mean, you definitely get that little cherry tobacco element in it, but you also get that nice spiciness from the cinnamon. It just smells really, really good, and I don't know. I'm quite enjoying this one. So that is Kayali Invite Only Amber 23. By the way, just a little heads up. You may have seen other videos where people talk about spicy fragrances, and I'm just gonna put it right out there. Spicy to other people is probably not spicy to me. So, you know, they might be talking about a fragrance that has like a little touch of cinnamon or a little, you know, a little whatever. When I tell you these fragrances are spicy, I'm talking like all out bangers as far as spiciness, extreme spiciness, like caliente, spicy, hot, extremely spicy. So if you don't like spicy fragrances, just be forewarned. I'm just going to tell you. Okay. Moving on. Okay, the next fragrance I have that is spicy is Replica Autumn Vibes, which I have talked about before, and I have a dedicated video to this one. And I have the little travel here. I love this one so much. This one is very earthy spicy, and it is very much like walking in leaves, crunchy leaves that are damp. This is not sweet. And you know what's weird is I looked up the notes again, and I, had initially looked them up in like August when I did my first video on it. And I feel like Fragrantica added more notes. You know how that happens, those of you who are familiar with Fragrantica. So the notes as of now are top notes of cardamom and pink pepper, mid notes of nutmeg, carrot seeds, and maple, and base notes of cedar and moss. So it's really the cardamom and the pink pepper and the nutmeg there that give that nice spiciness, but again, not sweet, very earthy, but so fall. I mean, I can't really imagine you might be able to pull this off in winter, but it's just so fall specific. But that's why I love it. I love autumn, and this is just a really nice fragrance. I would say if you want to make it a little bit sweeter, you could always throw in like a vanilla on top, layer it with something vanilla to sweeten it up a little bit. But it is not sweet, but it's definitely spicy and really beautiful for fall. So that is Maison Margiela Replica Autumn Vibes. All right, the next one. I've sprayed it on. This one is a little bit polarizing. You may have heard of this one. You may not have, because it's an oldie. It's an oldie but a goodie. And it's very 90s. And that is Lulu by Cacharel. Here's the beautiful box there. And I love the bottle of this, because I love that like turquoise and red combo. Or it's almost like I don't know. It's a very weird shade of blue with red. So this is a very interesting fragrance, and what I will say about it is if you wear this, you are not going to smell like anybody else right now out in the world. This is definitely unique. So Lulu has top notes of plum, Chinese cinnamon wood, iris, violet, anise, lily, jasmine, mimosa, and cassia. Mid notes of ylang ylang, heliotrope, orris root, orange blossom, and Tahitian tiara flower, and base notes of incense, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, and musk. So it has muskiness, spiciness, but it's very cinnamon, and that's what I get. I almost get like a big red gum type of vibe, or that's what I got when I first sprayed this. So it is very cinnamony, incensey. Also has the florals in there, but I've noticed this, and then I heard other people say this, is that it has like almost like a rubbery note, which sounds, but it's like weird, like in a good way. It's like a rubbery, burnt kind of plasticky, I don't know, there's something weird underneath of it, but I like it because it's different, and not many people are going to smell like this. So I would not blind buy this. This is definitely a little bit out of the comfort zone, I think, of what most people are used to. So, I mean, if you're used to wearing like freshies, like soap, showery, clean type of things, this is not going to be for you. This is very, cinnamony, burning, a little bit plasticky, but I don't know. Cool in a retro way. So that is Cacharel's LouLou. All right, next one is another one that I made a dedicated video for, and it has become one of my newest loves. I can't believe I love this fragrance so much because it features my least favorite note of all time, tuberose, but somehow it works in this because it's just a sweet bubblegummy type of tuberose that blends really beautifully with everything else. And that is L'Interdite Eau de Parfum Rouge by Givenchy. First of all, the bottle is like, as I said in my video that was about this in particular, when I saw this on Fragrantica, like I saw the article when it was, you know, being announced it was coming out, just from the images, like the advertising campaign, I was like, I don't even care what that smells like. I need it. It is just the most beautiful, deep red bottle. Gorgeous. So, oh my gosh, it's just so, I'm gonna have to spray a little. I'm gonna reek, but, so, what makes this spicy is this, pimento leaf note in there, but let me give you the full note breakdown. So top notes are blood orange and ginger, and of course ginger adds a little bit of spiciness as well. Mid notes are tuberose, pimento leaf, and jasmine, and then the base notes are patchouli, sandalwood, and vetiver. Oh, so it's woody, spicy, sweet, addictive. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's like, if you like a sweet, spicy fragrance, this is going to be for you. And I mean, it is quite sweet, so you have to be comfortable with that. But that ginger, the orange ginger opening gives that little bit of zestiness. Oh, and it's just so sweet and yummy. And the pimento adds that nice touch of spice, but I don't know. It is a masterpiece. I am absolutely bonkers for this one. And you know I don't use that term bonkers unless I absolutely love a fragrance. And this one is bonkers. So that is L'Interdite Eau de Parfum Rouge by Givenchy. It lasts forever too. The longevity is great. Projection is great. It's a win. That one is the win. All right, the next one I also just did a dedicated video on, and that is the new Skyler Fall Cashmere. Just have this little travel size. This is still not on Fragrantica. Like, I made this video a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't up there then, and it's still not up there. So I don't know what's going on with this. But the three notes that are on the packaging are roasted almond, cinnamon bark, and spiced ginger. And what I mostly get from this is the cinnamon. It is very, very cinnamony. And as I said in that video, this smells exactly like walking into like a Michael's or a Joanne Fabric or some kind of craft store during the fall season when they have all of the like wreaths and fall things and those like cinnamon scented pine cones and all that. It's exactly what it smells like. It's very simple. It's very cinnamony. Not the best lasting power though. The longevity on this is pretty terrible. I don't know if it's because it is a clean fragrance, so it has natural ingredients, but it's, yeah, I don't really mind having to reapply, and I take this with me and just, you know, freshen up. But if you're the type of person that wants your fragrance to last for hours and hours and hours, this does not. I don't know if layering it with a body lotion or something would help. I haven't tried that yet. But it is really nice if you like that just really spicy cinnamon and ginger and a little bit of almond in the background. So very good for fall. So that is Skyler Fall Cashmere. Moving right along, this is another one that is spicy. And like when I say spicy, just smells like a spice market. Like you're going to a spice market I don't know, somewhere exotic. And this one is Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant. Love the bottle. I love elephants. So this one I got toward the beginning of the summer, which really doesn't make much sense because I haven't really worn it much yet because this is not for warm weather. This is super, super spicy, like an edible spicy, like you're like baking, cooking. Yeah, it's just super, super spicy and warm, and it also has a nice little coziness to it. And I believe this is, and I also dropped it, so my little elephant fell off the cap. Put him back. He's really cute though, isn't he? Anyway, the notes on Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant are top notes of cloves, cumin, and mandarin orange. Mid notes of cardamom, caraway, licorice, mango, lang lang, heliotrope, and gardenia. And then the base notes are vanilla, amber, and patchouli. Oh, it's just so good, but I mean spicy. The cloves, the cumin, and the cardamom. Yeah, it's super, super spicy. Like on a scale of 1 to 10 spicy, this is a 10 for sure. But if you don't mind that, if you like spicy, you're going to like this. So that is Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant. And my poor little elephant keeps falling off. Don't drop it. That's all I got to say. Don't drop your bottle like I did. All right, this next one, I unfortunately do not have a full bottle of because it is expensive AF, okay? But it is spicy and fiery, and I'm hoping I eventually can get a full bottle, but I just have a little sample that my lovely friend from Neiman Marcus gave me to try out. And this is the Harmonist Hypnotizing Fire. So this one, oh my god, if you like, oh, look, I only have a little bit left. If you like by the fireplace, but you want something even, I feel like it's well, it's about the same level of fieriness. Oh my gosh, it's so good, but spicy, delicious. It's amazing. So top note is pimento. So again, nice hot spicy note there. Mid note is Bulgarian rose, and base notes are Madagascar vanilla, aquaponics, Indonesian patchouli leaf. So this does have a little bit of sweetness because of the vanilla, but it has that just fiery, warm, cozy, very fall appropriate, vibe about it, and it's just so darn good. So if you like pimento in your fragrances, just like the pimento in the Lancerite Rouge, I think you're really going to like it. It's expensive. I feel like it is definitely worth it. If I am able to eventually get it, that would be great, because I am bonkers for that one too. So that is the Harmonist Hypnotizing Fire. All right, the next one I have talked about on my channel so many times because, I always go back and forth about my favorite scent of all time, my signature scent of all time. And I go between this one and Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. Those, these two are pretty much my standards. Oh, and Dior Addict. There's three. Those are like my top three. But this is definitely top three for life, and I feel like it's a signature scent of mine, and that is the original Coco Eau de Parfum by Chanel. You can't go wrong with Chanel. Oh my god, what is happening to me? My caps are falling off. Great. Okay, well, my little thing fell off. I'll find it later. But anyway, let me tell you about Coco, because it is just the most elegant spicy. So this is like classy spicy and non-offensive spicy, but you're definitely going to make a statement with this one. So Coco has top notes of Bulgarian rose, coriander, peach, jasmine, and mandarin orange. Mid notes are cloves, rose, orange blossom, mimosa, and clover. Base notes are amber, sandalwood, tonka bean, civet, apoponyx, vanilla, and labdanum. So it has that like animalic quality to it as well, just like in the background from the civet and the apoponyx. But the spiciness is coming from that coriander, from the cloves, and what else is in there? I mean, you have sandalwood also that gives a little bit of spiciness. So it's just so good. And, you know, it's not the most popular, I guess, Chanel fragrance because it's very old school. It was, you know, created in the 80s. So it definitely has that 80s like power fragrance profile. But that's what I love about it. I love 80s fragrances. I did a video on powerful perfumes of the 80s, and this was in there because it is it's another banger, but it is so spicy. But this one is more of a floral spicy. So if you like a floral spicy with a beautiful vanilla dry down, I think you will love Coco. It's not one that's like pushed very much. I mean, even Chanel number 5, you know, which turned 100 this year, I feel like they even push that one, especially now with the anniversary, they're pushing that one more, but they don't really push Coco. They push, obviously, Coco Mademoiselle out the wazoo, which I love, but I just feel like it's so common. And even Coco Noir, which I also love. But original Coco, they don't really much. So if you want to smell a little bit different, but still have that Chanel vibe, go with original Coco. It is out of this world. All right, I realized that I I don't think that I talked about the first one I was going to talk about. So I'm going to do that now. And that is it's new to my collection, but it is Demeter Mulled Cider. And this one I had no idea even existed, and how I found out about it was through Kristen of Beauty Meow. I love her channel. She is one of my favorite perfume YouTubers. She is super knowledgeable, and she was talking about this mulled cider. And this is like, again, this is spice. You have to want to smell just like flat out apple cinnamon. If you're not okay with that, you cannot wear this at all. You're not going to like it. Oh, but if you like that hot apple cider, you will love this. And this is another one that I can't really picture you wearing at any other time except fall. So I better hurry up and start wearing this. But the notes in this are cinnamon, red apple, spices, and sugar. So it is sweet. It's just sweet apple cinnamon, but it's on another level of like a Bath and Body Works type of appley body spray. You know, no shade there or anything. I do like Bath and Body Works things, but if that's just not giving you enough, if you want something a step above Bath and Body Works level, like apple cinnamon fall scent, go for Demeter Mulled Cider. It's super affordable. It's like 20 some dollars for this huge hunk and bottle. And it's just really, really apple cinnamony. And I love it. So that is Demeter Mulled Cider. Okay, we are finally to our last fragrance. And this one actually kind of borders on winter time. It reminds me so much of Christmas. A lot of people say this smells like Christmas potpourri, but it's also spicy, so I decided to include it. And hey, you know, the holidays will be upon us before you know it. So maybe you can prepare to get this, you know, now so that you'll have it throughout the holiday season. And this one is Jo Malone Pomegranate Noir. And I have this little 1 ounce bottle here of that. And I just newly discovered this. Oh my gosh. It just smells like Christmas time, magical, spicy. It's just good. So the top notes of Pomegranate Noir are pomegranate, obviously, watermelon, which is so interesting because it's still like fall, winter, but it has watermelon. And you can definitely smell it, but it's mixed in with other things. Rhubarb, plum, and raspberry. So it has this really nice tartness in the opening, but the mid notes are clove, pink pepper, guaiac wood, olibanum, opoponix, rose, jasmine, and lily of the valley. And base notes are Virginia cedar, patchouli, musk, and amber. So it's just got all the good things in here. If you like Christmas time potpourri, so I would say, you know, this one's like going into Michael's or Joanne Fabrics at Christmas time when they have all of that type of stuff. But I don't know, it's just nice and spicy and elegant and unisex. It has a little bit of sweetness, but this one, the sweetness is coming from those fruity notes, not from a vanilla. So it's that kind of a sweet. So if you're not so much into vanilla sweetness, but you like the fruity sweetness with your spicy fragrances, I think you will like the Pomegranate Noir. But you definitely get, you know, just a nice spicy touch in there. This one's not overly spicy, but, you know, you're kind of left, when it dries down, you definitely get more of like a cologne type of vibe. It starts to lean a little more masculine as it dries down, but I'm just loving it. I'm really glad that I discovered it. Actually, my friend Jeff is the one told me about it, and it's just really good. So all right, well, there you have it. Thanks for sticking around. I know this is a long video, but those are 10 spicy scents that I absolutely love. I am smelling super spicy right now. I'm gonna have to like wash this all off of me. But let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite spicy scents? And I'm not talking about like half-assed spicy scents. I'm talking about full-on spicy scents. Let me know, because if there are any that I'm not familiar with, I would love to check some more out, because spicy scents really are, you know, one of my top categories of fragrances. I love to smell spicy. So I think it goes back to when, you know, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I worked at the old Strawbridge's department store, Strawbridge and Clothier, if those of you are familiar. I worked with this lady who wore Fendi, like the original Fendi, which they don't make anymore. But it was like, every time she was near me, I was like, oh my God, you smell so good. And it was just so spicy. And the scents that were out at the time were not like that. It was like just when all the like 90s freshies were coming out, and that was the popular thing. And she came into the room, and you knew before she even got into the room that she was there, because that original formulation of Fendi was very powerful and very spicy. So I think I associate spicy perfumes with her, and I just think it's a great category. So once again, thank you so much for sticking with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!